Do you hear it? It's falling. WEF, who, Bilderbergs, the king, the queen, the Federal Reserve, all of it. Everybody knows. And I'm just sitting here smiling now under my tree. See, because I did this one thing. I wrote on a piece of paper, I intend to bring forth heaven on earth for the benefit of all. I put a drop of my blood on it and I published it to YouTube and I entitled it, Blood Over Intent. And then I bled into the ground. And I asked for the knowledge of the ages so that I might bring my intent into fruition. Because I wanted this to end. Because I knew that this was the dog and pony show. See, this is what they show you, what they want you to see. Your history was hidden from you. I suggest you go inside to find that genetic memories of who you are, and who you were, and who you still are. You know, you are your ancestors. Your ancestors are you. You are the earth and she is you. We need the sun for what? Look at it. It fertilizes negative, positive life force, male and female. The whole thing they've been trying to take away from you the whole time. Your eternal life. You know? That book of life is in you. Like, and when you take your name out of the book of the dead, you put it into the life. And things open up for you, you know? Everything that I have done since I am overwhelmed with what a family BOI has been to me. And just like family, they might have their problems sometimes, but the ones who know that it was the thing to do and never wavered, they're the ones who are determined to get to the center. And they know things, you know, this is, people try to squash any ideal that goes against the narrative. Okay, so you're going against the script. This is their movie. And this is the great movie theater. But it's not. It's our movie. And we might write the script. And nothing had to be this way. And this is nothing but greed. I guarantee you, every one of those agencies and all that, it's all fear-mongering and greed. See, I believe there's an ice wall. Yeah, I believe there's other continents on the other side of it. I've seen so many things here just lately. And that's what they would hide from me. See, overpopulation. You could put the whole world's population in the state of Texas. What are y'all even talking about? You know what I mean? It is global warming? No. There's documents showing there's heart. Look at it. And as for anything in the sky, well, let me tell you what, underground, they have all kinds of ships. They do. I live in New Mexico. Like, I see things come out of the mountains, and there's been accounts of things coming out of the ocean. So when you're talking about outer space or you're talking about aliens, you're talking about unknown. That's what that means. It's unknown to us. Like, I believe they've had that technology since the 30s and the 40s. There's a lot of accounts of Hyperborea, and what Hitler was looking for was what? The Holy Grail, because he knew there was something. You know, he knew. And he went over to Antarctica. There's many accounts of that too. Maybe Argentina, he hid out there for a while. But they definitely went and colonized. And NASA was in on that too. See, and NASA, look at the great movie studios. And this is really bad because look, even the CIA took over a movie studio in Hollywood. Get to Robert Spears' channel or Atlantean Gardens and watch his videos. And you will see he's got documents that are unbelievable and about some kind of other technology. I'm not sure if it's reverse engineering for the ships or if it's some kind of magnets or something, but I know that there was the Vril Society were these women, and one of them supposedly was in touch with whoever Tesla was in touch with, and she could channel things, and she built the first flying saucer. And there's documents and her drawings and everything. And then I think what happened is what always happens is, you know, they probably coerced her or forced her to do, you know, what they want, because that's what they do. They do this anytime you have an idea or whatever, you know, they'll come and they don't want you to patent it. Just like the first carburetor somebody built that got 100 miles to a gallon. Can you imagine that? It was bought up real quick. And that's what they do. They're going to force you to sell it, or they're going to take it from you. So the CIA has this Hollywood studio, right? And right across from them is the guy who makes LSD. And so you see what's going on. Do you see? You know, they have been mind wiping you and trying to make you forget. And the food that they produce in the boxes has a lot of female hormones in it. There's many experiments going on here if you let it. And so when you start dismantling something like this, a lot of people will start at the bottom and work their way up. But you really need to go to the head and pinpoint who has all the money and who is doing this. And then you better remember this: they stole it from you at birth and your children. So if you look at all of these things and start putting it together, you will see clearly what has been going on and what is going on now. And it's always been, what were you going to do about it? You know? Search inside. Remember who you are and what you're supposed to do. And I never let anything make me bitter. I just let it make me better. And the more people try to stop me, the more I'm going to do what I'm doing, because what I'm doing is working for me. And it's working for the greater good, it looks like. I mean, I've even been accurate on my voodoo paintings. Let's see. The Pope, oh, he died. Yeah, there's a new one. And the Queen, oh, she died too. Oh, but there's a new one. And King Robert taking care of that too. And who? Oh, Rothschild. He finally kicked over. Of course, there's more of them, aren't there? And it doesn't matter whether they were just not dead and just taken somewhere else. They were done. And I say this needs to be done. There's no sense in this. It needs to stop, and it stops with us. Each one of us. And when 144,000 hellblazers, and by the way, there's agents of the apocalypse. That means we blow the lid off this shit. That's literally what it means. You can keep trying to pull your Armageddon, but it's too late. They've lost, and they don't even know it. Or maybe they do, and they're crying about it. It doesn't matter, because it's a done deal. And it is all over but the crying, I promise you. Because for what they've done, no. It didn't have to be this way. It didn't. None of this. I've seen too many people suffer. I've suffered myself. And we've all had enough. And that's all it had. We had to do that. We had to say we've had enough. We had to say against the Jesuit extreme oath, where they swear to lie, steal, cheat, kill, whatever. It's plain. And they don't believe any of it, by the way. Society of Jesus Christ, they don't believe in that. They don't believe in God or anything. They believe the Pope is. Go read it. Then they give them a dagger and they sign their name in blood for what? For that? That's your dangerous blood code right there. That's what you better worry about. You know, Satan had a video out. YouTube even said that we were not a dangerous blood cult. Because we intend to bring forth heaven on earth for the benefit of all and release all from bondage. You don't want that? You know? Who wouldn't want that? Got to do something different. If what you've been doing is not helping yourself or others, you need to do something different. You know? And keep yourself busy or you'll go crazy. You know, go and find some work to do. Do something in your yard. Do something in your kitchen. There's always something to do, isn't there? Always something to do. And you know what? Try to see something different. Try to transform yourself first on the inside and fix you. And then you can go out and help others. Not fix them. Help them fix their self. You know? Teach them things like grounding. Standing under a tree. Teach them to do a blood over intent. And everyone I've done for somebody for health, wealth, whatever I could do to help them, I love doing those. And let me tell you what, it is the most powerful thing you have is your blood, sweat, and tears, okay? And I've cried a lot of those, and I'm sure you guys have too. So when you say enough is enough, you'll do a blood over intent. And it's going around that, oh, that's a way to lead you back in. Is there something wrong with some of you guys? Do you not see it? What are you even talking about? Did you find another guru to follow? I'm like, oh my gosh, let me tell you what. You got to be careful with that. I mean, that's kind of like believing in Hollywoods and all of that deception. You can't, there's nobody going to come and save you. You need to save yourself. And then you need to heal yourself. Because you've been through a lot of stuff, I'm sure. Because I know I have. And, you know, finding out all this stuff. And I'm like, well, it didn't kill me. So maybe it made me even better. And that's the way you should feel about it. Like, I'm like a mutant. Okay, that's fine. I can do that. I can be better from all of that. And at least I didn't do and did not comply. And believe me, I was pressured into it. Several times they tried to tell me how it was for my health because I have tachycardia and arrhythmia, that would, you know, that would be the end of me if I didn't do whatever they said. And you know what I said? No, I don't think so. No, I'll take my chances, thank you. Yeah. And you know what? I do watch my health now, and I'm trying to change everything in my life every day. It's going to get better. I'm going to get me a food truck going here. I'm going to show people how to grow the garden, and then we can purchase their vegetables. They're grown right here where you can see them, right, you know, because I live out in the country. A lot of people have an acre or 2 acres. That's very simple. There's things that you can do to change even the production of food and how it's served and what people are doing to get out of this and help each other. Like, communities are getting together. You just don't hear about the good stuff. You only hear about the bad stuff, you know? There is nobody reporting the good stuff. But I'm here to tell you that people are not stopping all over the world. And the Chinese, they told us straight up, didn't they? And look what they're doing. Look what they're trying to do. And now it's falling because, you know, people are like, I don't think so. No, you're not going to tell me where to live and how long I have to and where I can go. What even is that? Like, are you nuts? Because, like, what were they thinking? For reals. France is showing them what's up too. The Dutch are all of you should stand up and say, I'm not going to do this anymore. I don't know about protesting and all that because I haven't seen that do a lot of good unless it's just a total shutdown. That's when I've seen things really work. Because you have to sometimes show people who really runs everything, who's really our blood, sweat, and tears run this whole world. It does. Our sacrifices. And them sacrificing innocence. Oh no, but you are going to pay for it. And if you did stuff to make yourself younger or you complied, I'm sorry for you because there's a price to pay for everything. You know? And I don't comply. And you shouldn't either. You shouldn't do anything but what you need to do to survive, and you need to do whatever you need to do to be okay inside. Because this mental illness, it's not mental illness, you guys. There's very few cases that are genetically that way, and schizophrenia and stuff like that. But most of it is just living conditions and no hope. That is the worst thing. That's what BOI did for me. Gave me hope. And there's so many people in BOI who are good to talk to anytime. They call me, I call them. It's just a support system, and that's what we were supposed to do. 144,000 need to stand together for their own survival so that we may do something about this. Because I'm not going to just sit here. Nope, I'm not. Gonna make videos, show people the way out, and start my garden, because it is time. I already got my sprouts up, and it's time to plant. Look at that bird. See him? He's got a bug in his mouth. Let me see if I can. See him? Yes. Birds are good. They get rid of the pests.